Right. So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is another movie review. I just got back from seeing Underwater. Now, first thing I'm going to go ahead and say is that I am not a fan of Kristen Stewart. I'm just not a fan. I find her acting is just it's all the same, really. She always has that same expression on her face. She's never really giving it, like, it doesn't feel like she's giving it her all, or she's just too awkward. She's just really, really awkward. So I really was never like a big fan of Kristen Stewart. And I know I'm still on this weird like chair, but but not a big fan. And in this movie, I thought that all the performances were fine. All the performances are good in this movie. If you are afraid or claustrophobic, or you don't like the idea of going deep underwater or like going into space, and I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people. I do not like going under the deep water. The ocean freaks me out. I just don't like the idea of being out in the ocean by myself. It's dark. It's cold. Who knows what's underneath you? It terrifies me. So this movie, straight up, I already knew was going to scare the hell out of me, and it did. This movie did scare me. It actually really affected me. I was in the theater, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm watching everything go down, and everything just starts getting worse and worse and worse. Like, I was putting myself in like, when I watch a horror movie, I put myself in the character situations. In these are situations I'd rather die. Honest to God, I would rather die than be put in these situations. That like 36,000 feet, I think, below Earth's surface. It's insane. From how well the acting actually like, the acting itself was portrayed so well. It actually, I feared for these characters. I thought everybody did such a decent job that I actually wanted everybody to make it out. I didn't want to see one person die. And that's props to this movie, because movies like this really don't have that. They just have cool visual effects. And as cool as these visual effects are in this movie, it's really the characters I really stuck with, and I really dug them. So, Kristen Stewart, you did a good job. You were one of the best parts of the movie. I'm surprised to say that, because I'm really not that big of a Kristen Stewart fan at all. Barely any of her work works for me personally. So yeah, it's saying a lot for me. Really well job done. The directing is really good too. I mean, I'm not sure what else this guy's directed, but very well done. I gotta tell you, like, there's a scene in this movie. There's a few scenes in this movie. I was on the edge of my seat. I won't lie, because as I said, I don't like the idea of the ocean surrounding me and being that far down below. You know, that's intense for me. Uh, and these fucking people, every once in a while, like, one of the characters will actually act kind of confident, and to me, that's very unrealistic, because anybody in this situation would probably be like, not even talking. They'd be so fucking freaked. So, I mean, T.J. Miller is really funny. He's the comic relief of the movie, and he has his good moments, and then he has his kind of annoying moments. But he is one of the best parts of the movie, regardless of his annoying moments. I think his tone and his attitude towards the whole situation just feels a little bit unrealistic. But I think you might need something like T.J. Miller in a movie like this to just ease up the stake, like, ease it up a little bit, because it's so suspenseful and so intense and serious. And there are a few moments in the movie, like, the movie itself is not perfect. I'll be straight up honest. The movie itself is not perfect. It does have a lot of flaws, but what movie doesn't? This is not a perfect movie. It's nothing that you haven't seen before. But if you are curious to go and check it out, and you want to see a really good suspenseful, sort of crazy ass underwater sea movie that's a survival film, I think this is a very decent watch. I mean, it has a lot of vibes from, like, I feel like I felt Alien in here a little bit. I felt The Descent in here a little bit. It just was that's probably the best way to mix it up. Alien and The Descent, like, in one movie. Underwater, which is a fear of mine, so, like, it affected me, which is awesome. I really enjoyed the movie, guys. I know it's getting a lot of mixed reviews right now, and understandably so. I guess I get it, because it is something we have seen like 1,000 times. But I actually think it's one of those movies I think you can go into and actually enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give Underwater 7.2 out of 10. I think it's really well made film. I think the visual effects are absolutely great. The fear of if you have a fear of underwater, you are going to definitely fear the things that these people go through. It's a fun little ride, and I'd recommend going out and seeing it. It's probably the best thing in theaters that's not from 2019 yet far. If it's between this and The Grudge, go see this by a long shot. You'll at least enjoy yourself watching this one. You won't be bored. So yeah, guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Have you guys seen Underwater? What do you guys think of it? And what's your favorite Kristen Stewart performance? I'm really curious to know. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll check you out in the next video.